Hello, I'm Kimberly. I'm your VR counselor. How can I help you today?
I want some help in finding a job.
Would you mind introducing yourself to me?
Sure. My name is Jennifer Perez. Nice to meet you.
Okay, cool. Now, I would like to explain a little more about our agency, what we do. So before we move forward with our meeting, I would like to talk about our agency and how it's connected to the state. We provide and how we provide services for people with disabilities. And success is all of your goals. We have a variety of services to match with individual needs. Not everybody needs the same services, of course. So these services will help benefit all of you. And it will help you all become capable. We can help you by job placement, training in college, physical or mental, restoration, and many other things that just so happen to show up. We help to match all of those needs. What we're going to be discussing today, I want you to know that it's all confidential. It's in a secret file in a cabinet. No one has access to it. Only the specific person that works with you. That's it. If anyone asks in the outside if they want information about you, they can't have it. We require you to sign a contract if anyone to let your information be given to the world outside. We're funded by federal, so we need to make sure that you have a way of paying for your services. Any questions?
That sounds good. I think you answered a lot of my questions. If I wanted to bring maybe like a friend with me or someone into the room, is that okay if I give permission for that?
Yes, that's okay. With your permission, yes, it's okay. But please remember, friends or family members, they can't make any decisions. Only you can. Especially, other than that, you're the only one who can make decisions.
Well, that's nice to know. Thank you very much.
Okay, now moving forward. I need to verify some information from you, okay?
Okay. Yes, that's the day that I called the office and asked for an appointment.
Your date of birth, please?
My birthday is January 16th, 1983.
The place that you live is in Chicago, right?
Yes, but I forgot to add the apartment number.
What's the apartment number?
Apartment 2B.
Your phone number is 555-242-1434, right?
Yes, that's my home phone number. But I'd like to give you my cell phone number too, because I have it with me always. That phone number is 555-326-5269.
Thank you. Do you have an email address?
Yes, I do. My email address is jenny@hotmail.com. Is email a nice way to communicate with you?
Yes, I'm going to be communicating with you very often through email, but also you can call me. You can use the TTY if I'm available, or if I'm not, you can leave a voicemail.
That's nice to know. Email is really easy for me because I have my phone with me all the time. So.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about your disability.
Well, as you can obviously see, I was injured in a car accident and I lost my arm.
Okay, so your arm being gone.
It is above my elbow. I do. I was very fortunate that they were able to retain some of the nerve sensitivity in the remainder of the arm. So I do have some sensitivity.
All right. Do you have a prosthetic arm by any chance?
I do have a prosthetic arm. I don't use it very often.
Why?
It's not very comfortable. It's bulky, and it doesn't really help me do anything. It's just kind of there for cosmetic purposes. I don't find that it helps me do anything, so I just leave it at home usually.
Is that prosthetic arm an electronic type or
It's
just basic?
It's just the basic prosthetic arm. While I was injured, I was still under my employer's health care insurance, and they only covered a very basic prosthesis. I wasn't able to get anything with electronics or anything that could move on its own.
Okay, so now, with your prosthetic arm, can it be replaced with a hand or a hook?
I do have that, but I've never found that I'm able to use the hook effectively because the arm is just so cumbersome. It's very heavy and it's not very comfortable to wear, so I haven't been able to really effectively use the hook to any benefit.
Okay. Can you briefly describe the accident for me, how it happened and when?
I was working and I worked a late shift and I was driving home from the hospital and someone just ran a red light and just hit the side of my car and my car rolled over and my window had been open and my arm was out the window and it ended up just being, too damaged. They couldn't save my arm. The other car T-boned me. It was a drunk driver.
You were working that night shift. After you left your work, when you got home, you were really tired. The other car hit you. Your car rolled over, and your arm was hanging out the window. Was it smashed, or was it cut all the way through, or what?
It was broken in many places. Essentially, it was crushed underneath the car, and they were not able to save the majority of the arm because it was so damaged.
So the doctor had to amputate your arm?
Yes, the doctors amputated the arm.
Can you tell me when this happened?
This happened about 2 years ago in February.
All right. Did you go back to work after the accident?
I'm a nurse and I'm left-handed normally, and being that my left hand was amputated, I was not able to perform the duties of a nurse. I'm not able to take care of patients, do any of the physical work that's required of nursing because I need both my arms to do that kind of job. So I was not able to go back to my job.
Did they let you go, or did they give you any sort of benefits?
The employer had to let me go. They did a long-term disability type of claim for me because I was not able to come back into the workplace and perform any type of duties related to the nursing job. So they felt that I was not going to be able to do anything in the department. I used to work in the emergency room. I was an ER nurse for 5 years.
Are you still on long-term disability benefits, or has that stopped?
That ended, and I was when I became eligible for Social Security disability. The long-term disability from my employer ended, and the Social Security disability took over. I'm under it's Medicaid for right now. I think that I'll be able to get Medicare after another year or 2 years. I have to be on Social Security disability for a while before I can get Medicare. So right now I'm on public aid insurance.
Right. Normally that's how it works. Social Security benefits for 2 years before you're allowed to go to Medicare benefits. But all benefits have their limitations, what they can cover for the arm and other things. So when you're thinking of the possibility of a new arm, maybe it's best to keep the arm if you want to send it to a doctor and they can evaluate your arm. Would you be willing to do that?
I would definitely consider it. The arm I have right now is so uncomfortable and not functioning. So I would love it if I could find something else that would work better, that was lighter and more comfortable. Because what I have now, I just feel like it's just sitting there. I'll never use it. It doesn't work for me at all.
Okay. We will send you to our doctor, who will be able to evaluate you and see what your results are, talk to you about your results, follow up information, and then you can start working with your income from Social Security benefits and see how it connects with that final evaluation and see how much money you'll get for an arm. So we'll help you purchase that arm so your arm is functional again and you can feel that you can go back to your everyday life before the accident happened. We want to make sure that you're covered completely so you can go back to work. I know that we plan to transfer your work skills to something else that's still involved in your preferred field of work as a nurse. Maybe as a nurse specialist where you have less physical duties, like you can do paperwork or schedules. Is that something that you would possibly be interested in?
I think that would be a nice way to use my knowledge and familiarity with the emergency room and nursing and apply those skills to a different kind of job. I really love working in the hospital. I enjoy working with the patients and the staff. So if I could work in the same area but not necessarily do the physical work of a nurse, I think that would be a perfect solution. I really miss going into work and seeing the people every day.
Okay. Good. Without reasonable compensation, you may need to discuss, look through competition of other places. Would you do that?
I really don't know what kind of accommodations are available for a person who has lost their arm or the functioning of an arm other than getting a prosthesis. Typing is a struggle, but I've gotten much better at one-handed typing. I'm able to keep up. I can type information and emails without a problem. It does take me a little longer than it did before, but I've noticed that it's gotten faster for me. My concern is if I have to type up reports with one hand, if that's going to make me be too slow to be considered for a job in a fast-paced emergency room or hospital. Are there accommodations that can help adapt to that?
Yeah. We have a variety of skilled technicians or technologies. They can evaluate you and find out what could suit best. You can figure out which computer is best for you to use. You don't have to type. You can just talk into the computer. That's one example of improved technology that we have. And we have money. We'd have to evaluate your disability again. We try to see if a new employee will be willing to compensate and work with us for the things that you need. We can help with that transition. If they can't give you any sort of accommodations, then we will take over to make sure that you can do your job duties. That's one of the things that we offer to do. We will make absolutely sure that your job is educated about the accommodations that you need so that you can work.
Now, if I meet with this technology person, do I have to pay for any of that? My disability is not a lot every month. My concern is that if I have to pay to meet with these different specialists, I'm not going to be able to afford to do that.
No. We pay for all of the evaluations. You don't have to pay for that at all. That's not your responsibility. The diagnostic evaluation helps us figure out what appropriate services, what services are appropriate.
Do I have to pay it back after I get a job?
No, that's not. You're not required to pay us back at all. We're funded by the federal government.
That's nice to know. I would be a little concerned about paying back all of this. It'd be worse than a student loan, I think.
Now,
I couldn't bring them with me. The records from my accident there's a lot of them, and I couldn't afford to pay. The doctor didn't make all the copies and the x-rays. Can I get some time, or is there a way that your office can contact the doctor and ask instead of me?
we just need to release information form. So you can have your doctor's name, his phone number, his office. If you give us that, your doctor can send us all the paperwork that we need to help serve you best. Federal law requires that you get that information within 60 days. So if you don't do it within that time limit, we'll contact you to see if you'd be willing to sign for a postpone. So you can wait for more time for that. Once it's in our hands, we'll make an appointment with you to start the discussion about services and what benefits you'll receive from that plan. Okay. Individual plan for improvement. Once the IEP is there, you can start with your arm, help with your job search, help you with job repair skills. It's an individual plan. That's something that we offer to help you become ready to start working with compensation, with planning, working, we would be monitoring you for a certain amount of time. So if you need our help, if you don't need our help, and you're all right, we'll send you a closure form. You sign that. We send it back to you. You send it to us, and you're on your own. But remember, once the closure happens, it doesn't mean that you can never come back to us. Our doors are always open. You can always come to us for help in the future.
If after I get a job and they make the accommodations for me and they change technology, is there a way I can get help again in the future? Technology changes so rapidly, especially in the hospital. I hate for them to have to keep paying, or for me to have to purchase new equipment every year. Is there a way that I can get back in touch with you if there's a major change in how I have to do my job? Is that something that I can contact you again for help with?
Yeah, you can contact us again. And see what services you need again. It depends on the evaluation. If you're below how much we allow, then we'll help and buy the things that you need to keep your job. If you're above, we look and see how much more above you are than that, and it may require you to be involved in paying for some of it. It all depends. But that's through the decision. We just want you to keep your job.
Well, let's go ahead and get the release forms printed so we can go ahead and start this process. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I came in to meet with you today. It was very nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. And I will be sending you information to let you know that you opened an account with us. So you know what's happening with the services. And you feel completely satisfied. You can contact us for any resolutions. Person from outside the agency. It's a formal hearing counselor. We will try to how to resolve, make things the right way. We'll give you that form, okay? You have any questions?
I don't think I really have any more questions. I'm so glad that my friend recommended that I call you and come in and meet with you. I've been really trying to recover, and I finally feel back to, not normal, but ready to go out and work again. I don't want to stay home and just get disability. I want to work, and I want to be with people and do something. I don't want the accident to change the rest of my life and have me stay home. So thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm thrilled to be here today.
We're also very thrilled to see people that have disabilities go back to work. So thank you for coming to see us.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.